So I was asked, hey man, what's that guitar? Ibanez, like, I don't think I've ever had an Ibanez on the channel before. So what's that guitar? Well, it's this. It's my Ibanez. Controversial. Actually, what it is the first real guitar I ever had. It's this. My first guitar was a Yamaha 3-single coil, cool, sparkly blue thing that lasted maybe 6 months because it had like a Floyd Rose kind of whammy bar, Yamaha version, and it just would not stay in tune and was just dying. So as much as I loved that color and it looked super rad, I wish I still had it. We ended up trading that, and my dad, God bless that sweet man, bought me a Fender Strat 3-single coils, which at the time I was like, that's so cool. That's what Kirk Hammett had kind of like in the one video. So that's awesome. So, you know, you get home and you throw in your distortion pedal. You're like, single coil pickups suck. These are the worst. But it had a Floyd Rose licensed guitar and it looked awesome. It was gray with the white pickguard and a rosewood neck. So I had that for about a year and a half or so, and I had a choice of either I could pay for car insurance and I could get a car, or I could get a guitar. And I chose to not drive for a whole year till I was like late 16, and instead bought an Ibanez RG760, which was just glorious. So sweet. It was right in that time where you've got Reb Beach rocking a black Ibanez and 560, I think he had. And you've got Paul Gilbert rocking his, what is his called? A 7, I forget what these numbers were. Who else had Ibanez that I was digging? Honestly, Ibanez was the like pretty awesome, cool metal guitar for a while there. So I got it. It's gorgeous. Shiniest black I'd ever seen. It had the super hot pickups that didn't sound really that great, but it kind of worked for the guitar. When I saved more money, I put it all into some EMG pickups, because that's what Zakk Wylde and Lukather and Metallica and Reb Beach and all these Vito Bratta had EMG pickups. And still to this day, I'm very pro-biased to EMG because that's so cool. I just love the flat black look of them. Just is what it is. So we dropped in an 81 and some SAs. I got EMG pickups in it, and it didn't sound that good. Because really, in my opinion, the trick with EMG pickups is they don't bring a ton to the party. They just open a big window. And if you look in and there's not a great sounding guitar, that's what you get a big image of. But like I have put an EMG 81 in, and an 85, in my Les Paul, which is a phenomenal sounding guitar. They sounded incredible in there. I just couldn't. That's my main Les Paul, my only Les Paul, and I needed I wanted to have like passive pickups in there, and I didn't want to leave EMGs in there because they lead you into a direction, you know. And that's really my other work guitar too. So, getting back to this, you know, so it was 90s, and in the 90s, I remember I went to the Mesa Boogie store, and I told the guy working there, I was like, oh yeah, I have an Ibanez 760, and he's like, ooh, you gotta get rid of that before it's worth $0. I was like, oh man, no one thinks this is cool anymore. And it really wasn't. You could probably pick up an Ibanez RG for like $200-300. I didn't get rid of it. I ended up thinking like, how can I coolify this thing? And I had already dropped it once, and it took a huge chunk out of the finish, which is a super bummer. And so I thought like, well, here's what we're gonna do. We'll fill in that, and my dad, who's again like this amazing guy, and he's super lovely. He's like, I know what we should do. I'll fill that up, and I'll just repaint it. And he had the idea of like going matte black. And when I got it back, when he finished, I was like, oh no, what have you done? That's not shiny. So I was a little bummed, like, oh boy. But what we had also done, here, I'll show you the shape here. What we had also done is shaved down one of the horns because the super metal horns were not as cool anymore. Then went to a mint green telly pickup. Went to a three-way switch. I don't know if you can see because it's to a three-way switch. Single volume knob. So it used to be volume and tone and a 5-way. So that's swapped out. I blocked down the bridge. The bridge doesn't move. As well, I have part of a sock that is probably, 25 years old. And that is just kind of like laying on there to mute that. So that version of the guitar didn't really sound that good either. And, and where did the shark tooth inlays go? Well, that's my mastery. That, my friends, is electrical tape. This has held electrical tape for years and years and years. It's totally fine. And I've clean dressed the frets a bit. Tape doesn't care. What ended up happening is this went into a hard shell case with the pickups out, with everything out. It was empty. And it went into storage for many, many years. I pull it out of storage, clean it up, put it back together. So now that I know how to wire pickups, I thought, well, I have this tone zone sitting around. Let me put it in there. And the tone zone is like designed for Ibanez guitars. It sounds fantastic in this. It's as if it was made for this and this was made for that. They kind of were. Why I avoided that forever, I don't know. Tone zone didn't sound amazing in every guitar I've tried it in because it has kind of a big booty. But it's a good sounding pickup, and it's perfect for this Ibanez. The neck is flat as can be, which I also rebelled against years ago. I was like, flat neck, I'm a fat neck kind of guy. So, but now it's kind of nice. It's hard to bend, but it also has kind of wide string spacing, almost like a classical guitar. Also a little weird for me. Makes it, I'll miss the string sometimes because I don't play with the string spacing. But still, I kind of love it. And to be honest, this, I would say, is sort of what, like, my signature guitar would be. If someone ever said, hey, I want to make a signature guitar, it would be this kind of thing, like the Telly pickguard, humbucker. And, I look years later where I bought a Lux Tone, and I was like, I saw it on the wall, and I was like, that is amazing. It's the inverse of this. So there's this, and then there's that, which again is like, all right, I guess that's hits home. So that's the story of this. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys.